Hello everyone, good evening and thanks for watching my videos. My name is Professor Simha. I am taking a subject called commodity market. I am going to take module 2 part 2. In this module we are going to learn the gradation and standardization. So after understanding this module part 2, module 2 part 2, we are going to learn advantages of grading, types of grading, problems of standardization and grading, Hogmark, ISI, recommendations of National Commission on Agriculture, inspection and quality control, Indian standards. So let's begin our session with understanding some advantages and importance of grading. Production of large scale. As we know that grading is happening, classification and gradation is being done when we produce the large quantities. So usually the multinational companies which are going to produce greater quantity, so there arises the grading. If you produce small quantities, grading is not required. Increase in sales, quality, certainty. Almost all goods which have graded as per their similar characteristics, which fetch good price, average price and normal price, so thereby that increase the sales. It helps for the financial management to go for future contracts with many stakeholders in the production process. It makes price more reasonable to grade, and there will be difference in price as per the quality. As per the quality there will be price. Certain mangoes which have certain grade, high quality, medium quality and low quality, as per the grading the price will be there. So the grading, it has got certain importance in simplification of the storage and marketing of different graded items. Loans can be given on the basis of stored commodities as per the grade. So even the warehousing receipts could able to get the loans from financial institutions. The grading is made easy to understand the quality available for each grade in case of bulky sales which are happening. Based on grades, quality and quantity, it is easy to estimate the value for loans against the stock. So these are the advantages and importance of grading. So now let's understand the types of grading. Fixed or mandatory grading. Under this, the goods are sorted out according to the size, quality and other characteristics which are of fixed standards. So these do not vary over time and space. It is fixed. The standardization has been fixed. It is mandatory for a person to follow these grade standards if he intends to sell the graded products in the market. The Agriculture Marketing Advisor, the Government of India has fixed certain given standards for a number of agriculture commodities, and it's compulsory to grade the produce according to these graded specifications which has been given as per the Government of India standard grading. And under this type of grading, so it's mandatory for the commodities the producers of the commodities to fix certain standards if they intended to sell standardized goods as per the grade. So no question of changing size, quality and characteristics of the product which will be fixed over the period of time and even space. Second type of grading is permissive or variable grading. Under this type of grading, the goods are graded as per the standards which are vary over a period of time and space. Grading specifications which are fixed in over time and space in case but changed circumstances. So every year the grade will be changing according to the quality of the product which will be produced in a particular year. In India, grading by this method is not permissible. Usually, we do not follow such type of grading types. So third important types of grade is centralized or decentralized grading. Under the centralized grading system, an authority packer either sets up for his own laboratory managed by qualified chemists or seeks access to an approved standard or grading laboratories set for this purpose by the authority, or it may be cooperative association or private agencies which will be helping the producers extending the technical support in grading the items as per the laboratory standards. So it is a centralized standard. Grading in respect of commodities such as ghee, butter, vegetables, oil, where elaborate testing facilities are required for checking the purity as assessing the quality has been placed under the centralized system. Grading at producers level. Under this program, the free grading services are provided to the farmers for sorting out the produce after producing before offering for sale. This enables the farmers to realize the prices commensurate with the quality of the product. Several regulated markets and warehouses are manned with the grading personnel with central assistance. Sometimes the farmers are their own, they go for grading, which is actually categorized as per their own thinking, as per their own methods. So this is called as grading at the producer's level, usually in the land itself, as after the production is over, after the harvesting is over. So as per their thinking, they go for grading. So this is another type of grading. So these are the important types of grading. One is fixed or mandatory grading, permissible, permissive or variable grading, centralized and decentralized grading, and grading at the producer's level. So we come across certain problems in gradation and standardization and the standardization of the product as far as agricultural products are concerned, and even the industrial goods are concerned. So these are the common problems which we find in standardization and grading. Let's understand these. Lack of standardization and grades. One difficulty we have in our country, so we do not have developed certain standardization and grading for certain commodities. So that is one of the important hindrance in selling the commodities by the producers. Misuse of standards and grades. There is a lack of feeling of responsibility and national character among the producers. So this is also one of the big hindrance in the process of development of standardized and graded items which are going to fetch a good price. Lack of public consciousness. The reasons of lack of public consciousness among the public we do not find So we are not having any consciousness about the quality, about the standard, about the grading. So due to low standard of living, still illiteracy is prevailing in our country. Dominance of rural population which are going to purchase the commodities, not keeping in mind about the quality, grading, gradation, standardization, etc. Lack of testing facilities. Manufacturers feel the difficulty in getting these standards and grades to be tested. So it fetch huge expenses. So that is one of the hindrance in gradation and standardization. Lack of facilities. Lack of proper infrastructure. So facility infrastructure is not available in going for standardization grading. So these are the problems which we counter in the process of gradation and standardization of agriculture and industrial items. So now let's understand some of the authorities which are going to assure the grading and standardization in our country. AGMARC. AGMARC is the acronym for agriculture marketing. It is a quality certification mark under Central Agricultural Produce Act 1937. So this mark is done for commodities of internal consumption like ghee, vegetable oil, butter, etc. So this label indicates the producer meets certain standards of purity and quality. Labels of different colors are used to indicate the grade of the particular commodity. Strict procedures are followed and rules are laid down to ensure the conformity to the standards set as per the grade given by the authorities. ISI. It came into existence in 1940 as a consequence of industrial conferences held that time. In January 1947, Government of India established ISI under the Indian Development Plan. Institutional head office is in Delhi. Structure of the organization called ISI. The management of the ISI rests with the board. The ex officio chairman is the board. For the board is the Industrial Development Minister of the Government of India, and state government, education and research institution, testing laboratories, different industries and developmental boards are its representatives. There are 5 departments which we find under ISI: engineering, construction, economics, weaving and agriculture. So these are the different departments. So now let's have a look on the functions of ISI. Giving suggestions in respect of the product by the authority, conducting necessary researches and experiments in the field of standardization of the produce like industrial goods, determining standards of different products at the national and even at international level, suggesting a request of the products, how we go for the products, how we go for producing the products which should have the ISI mark, making the standard popular. So ISI itself, it indicates the quality of the product, utmost quality. Usually the ISI marked items which are more popular because which are standardized goods. Checking new products and determining the standard mark for all the products. Developing a feeling of competition for the purpose of promoting the production of high quality of commodities. Collecting necessary data from the different areas, so thereby assurance is given about the quality and standard by the ISI. Indian Standards Institution Act of 1952. So this act gave power to the institution to test the quality and characteristics of agriculture products and marks them with the AG mark. It also gave the power to the producers of quality product to use the mark 959. Grading of commodities, agriculture commodities. The Agriculture Producers Grading and Marketing Act 1937. It provides for grading and marking of agricultural commodities. This act authorized the central government to frame the rules relating to fixing of the grade standards and procedures to be adopted for grading for the agricultural items as per the schedule. This act has been amended in the year 1986. Usually, grading of agricultural commodities, so which will be done as per the Agriculture Producers Grading and Marking Act of 1937. For manufactured commodities, the Indian Standard Institutions Act 1952. Manufactured products are graded in accordance with the standards laid down by ISI, which was established as per this act, and graded products bear the ISI label. The name of the ISI has changed to Bureau of Indian Standards under the Bureau of Indian Standards Act passed in the year 1986. So now let's understand some of the recommendations of the National Commission on Agriculture with regard to the grading and standardization of the products produced in the country. Number one, grading and standardization should be made compulsory for transactions in agriculture commodities at all levels for local, interstate and exported items. Second, it must cover all types of agriculture commodities like livestock and livestock products, even the crops including horticulture and plantation, fish and fish products, and even the minor forest products also. So another recommendation of this commission is the grading system should be made efficient and foolproof. For this, trained and well qualified grades should be appointed. Experts should be appointed in the process of grading. Fifth recommendation is samples of grading commodities should be displayed in all the markets for verification by the graders, by the authorities, or even for the consumers. Consumers could be able to test and ensure they get ensured that the product is having certain grade or ISI or AG mark, etc. Fifth suggestion is duplication and overlapping of functions linked with the formulation of grade standards of agriculture commodities should be abolished. So sixth, in order to avoid the duplication of the work, should be distributed among the central and state governments. So that is the duty and responsibility rests with the central and state governments in order to avoid the duplication of standardized and graded items. So these are the products, these are the important recommendations that are being given by the National Commission on Agriculture. Other provisions of grade standards and quality specification. Apart from the Agriculture Product Act 1973, there are few other legal provisions which are laid down standards of food products, like the Bureau of Indian Standards under Indian Standards Institution Act 1952, the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act of 1954, the Food Fruit Products Order 1956, Solvent Extracted Oil, De-oiled Meal and Edible Oil Order 1965, the Meat Food Products Order 1973, Vegetable Oil Products Order 1975. So these are the acts which have given certain standards and quality specifications apart from the recommendations given by the National Commission on Agriculture. Quality control and inspection, Indian standard. The quality control, grades and inspection methodology is different from commodities to commodity. And further information, so you can understand the methodology that has been fixed by the different markets in quality control and grading and inspection by the different authorities, different commodity markets like MCX, NCDEX, NMC, NBOT, ACE, etc. So with the help of those websites and top commodities profiles to look into the above details. For example, gold contract specification of 2016 for details such as grade, standardization, quality and inspection as per multi-commodity exchange in the Indian standards. Multi-commodity exchange is one of the commodity platform, commodity exchange with which so we get the details about the grade standardization, how we are going to have a specification, how the gold contract specification is being done, etc. So thank you for watching. Have a great day.